This week we're going to learn how to find out percentages. So percentages are really easy. They're actually just like division and they're just like fractions. So one whole thing is 100%. So if you say you have 100% of something, you have the whole lot. If you have a whole apple, you have 100% of the apple. If you cut the apple in half and you give half away to your friend and you keep half, then the half that you have is now half of the whole amount, which is 50%. See how 50% is half of 100? So 50% is the same as 1/2, and 100 is the same as 1 whole. If we cut it again, and this time you only had 1/4 of the apple left, then that would be another half of 50%, which is 25%. That's the same as 1/4. See how we've halved that and then halved 50 to make 25? If you have a number, you can do the same thing, finding a percentage. So if I had 20 apples this time and I gave away 50% of my apples. So I gave away 50% of my apples to Cole. Then half of all of my apples, or 50% of them, would be 10 apples. So if I gave 10 away to Cole, then I would have 10 apples left. 10 apples equals 50%. This time, if I have my 20 apples, I realise that 10% of my apples are rotten. I need to throw them away. So the way that I find out 10% is I divide by 10. Remember that divided by is the same as sharing. So if I had 20 apples and I shared them out into 10 groups, like this, if I had 20 apples and I shared them out between 10 people, how many would each person get? Each person would get 2. So 10% of 20 is 2. So how many of my apples are rotten? 2 of my apples are rotten and they're going to need to be thrown away.